Wait, so I don't have to follow any of Dad's rules?
That's right, honey.
Yeah! I'm gonna go have a garden burger. Maybe it'll turn me gay, maybe it won't. I guess we'll just let fate decide.
Look, boys, I'm gonna keep it a bill with you. There is no world in which I would ever 100% trust Candace Owens. The social autopsy thing, the wish-washing, trust me, there is plenty to criticize the woman on. But when this ain't about who we like, it's about who's right. So, I want you to listen to this with me. All right? All right, let's give it half a chance. Let's go.
Kanye West, notoriously, obviously, when he tweeted out, I'm about to go DEFCON 3 on some Jews, and the media freaked out, and people in the Jewish community were understandably very scared, not knowing what he meant. And I very much abstained from speaking much about the issue because people were so emotional that people couldn't hear, even if I had shared. And even when Kanye did share that he was speaking about specific people in Hollywood that he believed were coming after him and were trying to control him. Rabbi Shmuley Boteach was threatening me, and it wasn't just him, it was also his daughter. They were messaging me saying, don't mess with Jews. Very bizarre stuff, and they have not stopped, to be clear. And so what I believe is something that should be explored is whether or not what's happening is that just like within all communities, there are gangs, right? Gangs can form, we understand this. In the Black community, we've got the Bloods and we've got the Crips. Well, imagine if the Bloods and the Crips were doing horrific things, murdering people, controlling people with blackmail. And then every time a person spoke out about it, the Bloods and the Crips would call those people racist. Would get the media to say those people were racist.
Nah, they just kill them. I mean, stitches get snitches, right? Snitches get stitches. Did I say that right the first time? Either ways. Look, when it comes to the way that things are said and how things are said, it is very easy for those in power to construe and amplify that misinterpretation as loudly as they want. How do you think they were able to pull off the pandemic? Because as an individual who goes out into the world, and yeah, a lot of you guys were, trust me, there are so many people who are like now like, oh no, I was never, yeah, sure, buddy. But either ways, you know, as hindsight, as we put that further back in the rear view, there's a whole lot of people who are going to be like, oh my goodness, yes, I ain't believe that for us. Nah, bro, y'all know me. But once again, it's a part of that amplification, right? It was no different in that amplification. Like, oh my goodness, well, you know, he said he was going to go DEFCON on Jews. And because he didn't specify that, like, no, I'm talking about a very specific set of Jews, you know, it was able to be amplified and, you know what I'm saying, and misconstrued. And when she goes into the whole Bloods and Crips thing, right? Sweetie, that is such a, you know, basic way of looking at particularly the divisions within Black America. Like, oh, well, you have the Bloods and the Crips. And I'm like, yo, honestly, those gangsters are just going to murder you. But real talk, in a lot of spaces, you know, we have that thing that they like to call, what's the word? The diorama, the dysphoria. There it is, the dysphoria. The oh well, you know, we Black, but we ain't all Black, and all. It's really stupid. It's really ridiculous. And there was this thing called the boule. Like, sweetie, when it like if that be the ones who are like on this type of level when it comes to the groups in which Kanye speak of, right or wrong, you know.
Any person that was talking about a specific gang, a small group of people, would say, oh my God, no. That's like slavery. You can't at all say anything bad about the Bloods and the Crips. And the entire Black community believed it and was scared and thought, oh my God, like, is slavery actually coming back? What if that is what is happening right now in Hollywood, if there is just a very small ring of specific people who are using the fact that they are Jewish to shield themselves from any criticism?
That's literally what took place during the Summer of Love. They used, oh, we black, so we can burn stuff down, even though a large portion of those people weren't black at all. You get what I'm saying? It's like the whole, blowing things out of proportion is way easier when that same group I like to think that she's talking about are the ones to really pull the levers when it comes to controlling the 6 media companies that we have in this entire country. Just saying. There's in parallel here. And once again, this ain't about Candace Owens, or whether or not she's a good person, or she's sincere, she's a grifter, or anything else like that. But the main point of this is that, like, nobody should be able to use their identity as a shield for their bullshit. No one, present company included. Because at the end of the day, who we are resides in our actions. They always will, And so thusly, as far as I'm concerned, there's no difference between that blood and Crip that will murder the snitch, as opposed to the individuals in which she speaks of who will murder whoever they need to get things done. I mean, the rumors revolving around Diddy and a lot of things. So ultimately, and he, as far as I know, he's never proclaimed himself to be Jewish, right? Pieces of shit are pieces of shit. And the biggest turds are the ones that use their identity politics, their identity as a shield. No matter what that shield may be, whether it's a religious shield, a skin color shield, a genital shield, a sexuality shield. Nah, fam. Gotta break that shit like Thanos did Captain America.
Food for thought, right? And I think, again, there have been enough people that are speaking out about a ring in Hollywood, also a ring potentially in DC, that we should start to ask those questions. All of us, Black, Spanish, Jewish, Chinese, Japanese, all Americans.
And here's the thing. She kind of got like some weirdos on the internet, because it's the internet, and that's how the internet is, jump on her like, oh my goodness, she's being anti-Semitic. I'm sorry, but she's not. And this is Candace Owens. I have zero interest in defending this woman by any stretch of the imagination. But that line right there, that, oh my goodness, oh, she's being anti-Semitic. Like, dude, that's exactly what she's calling out, and I'm calling out. That, like, no. You don't get to say that. We study the actions. Guys, that being said, all right, let's see, honestly, because, like, real talk, Candace Owens has never been, like, a baddie. Like, the only people who ever, like, treated her like that were, the white simps. But either way, guys, with that being said, all the internet stuff, if you like it, dislike it, go ahead, do that too. But I would prefer a conversation in here. Like, you should, like, we gotta break these shields, guys. We have to break the identity politics shield, because as long as people can use their shields, no matter what shield that shield may be, we have a problem. Sincerely. All right? But you may feel differently, and that's what my comment section's for. So, go on in, tell me how much you don't like Candace, tell me how much you don't like me. It's all engagement, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Till the next one.